Hey, howdy, everybody, and welcome back to the Streaming Sofa. Good evening, and happy Thursday to you all. Back here again for another round of some PS1 goodness. It has been such a fun set of streams so far. This has been just a blast. Being able to dedicate just a full suite of time to a single focus. Man, I really enjoy it. It really works. It's funny because it started with Mega May, and with that being as successful as it has been for the last 2 years, you think I would have naturally gravitated towards doing something like that a little more often. And I haven't. I feel like there has to be, I've always felt like there has to be some sort of reason to do something like that, to theme a period of time, or do a month theme of something, but it needs to be for some purpose. And the way that things have been going, there's a part of me that thinks that I will probably do more themed months over the course of the rest of the year now. Because if nothing else, honestly, it makes kind of programming the streams easier. Truly, instead of having to kind of scan through my backlog and see what do I want to do, what do I want to play, what do I feel like doing tonight, which has oftentimes, full disclosure, has oftentimes led to me sometimes not streaming, because I just can't pick something. It instead is just kind of okay, I know what I'm doing this month, I know what I'm doing this week, and I know what's going to be happening on each one of those days of the week. And I really like it. I like the structure of it. I mean, I say all this now. I know that come the end of September, I'm going to be excited about more free will and kind of do whatever I feel like in the moment type things. But as it stands right now, it really helps that we're looking at the PS1 all month long. It really helps when we're looking at the system I enjoy the most and the library that I find the by far the most interesting, because it just sets me up for success, which is nice. It's nice. Especially after a year full of so many ups and downs, as far as the streaming side of things go, honestly, I feel like this whole PS1 September thing has done a really solid job of kind of making up for missing out of most of July and August and June, really, if I'm being honest, because June was, primarily I was in rehearsals for Sock Spear, and then July and August I was dealing with health stuff, and so it is nice to have come out of the other side of all of that stuff now, not only with more frequent and regular streams, but also with an actual set of things to do. And it's nice to fire up OBS and everything, knowing what the plan is. Knowing well in advance what the plan is, and not having to worry so much, because I definitely struggle from time to time of just, what do I play, what do I do, oh god. And you know what another aspect of it is because usually when we're not doing these kind of themed things, the primary focus of the channel is to beat games, is to actually clear games in their entirety. I think that has a lot to do with some of the decision anxiety, or executive dysfunction, whatever you want to call it, of kind of it's not as simple as, oh, that game sounds fun to play. It's, oh, does that game sound fun to play for the next 3 to 4 streams? And when you do the math on that, that turns into, does that game sound fun to play for the next 2 weeks? That's how that math ends up working out. And it is very, very easy to get into these kind of like thought patterns of like, oh, I really want to play this, but I don't want to be stuck playing it for a really long time. And there's also a thing that I kind of waffle back and forth on how much I really care about it, of the kind of, you know, if people missed part one, right? What happens? If people are coming into the middle of a playthrough, you know, what about them? And on one hand, it's kind of like, well, screw it, you know, because that's the nature of how it is. Either you see the things or you don't. That's how Twitch works. But on the other hand, there is the, oh, this person is in the middle of a long playthrough. I have no idea what's going on. I'm not gonna watch that. You know, so you don't want to deter people from watching your playthroughs if it takes you a significant amount of time. And I think I just have to live with that. I think I just have to just live with the reality of the nature of what I want to do with this channel means that some people are just gonna get left behind. Much as I don't want to, much as I don't want to alienate people or make them feel like, oh, well, they're on part 5 of their Kudelka playthrough. You know, I think I did Kudelka I think that was 4 streams altogether. I think. I don't remember how many. It may have been 5. I don't recall. But point being, it's like, you know, that is a very story heavy game. That's an RPG. It's a JRPG. So what happens when you come into one of those, you know, episode 3, you have no idea what the hell's going on. Obviously, for something like Kudelka, that maybe is not such a big deal because there's not a ton of story in Kudelka. There's a lot of what looks like story, but there actually is very little that happens, and there's very little like character growth across all of it. Funnily enough, that segues nicely into what I did with my time yesterday. Last night I rewatched Eyes Wide Shut, a movie that I think I saw for the first time probably more than 10 years ago, and really just did not remember a whole hell of a lot about it. You know, I remembered a couple of key details. So it's been sitting on like my rewatch list, of just like, I'm gonna revisit this and watch this, you know, now a bit older, with some different perspectives, and maybe, you know, like, let's see like how this works. And what I came away with was, yo, I don't know why people hype up that movie so much. Now, I will say that as a Kubrick fan, you know, 2001 Space Odyssey is one of my favorite films of all time. I think that film is kind of a visual masterpiece. I completely understand why people don't like it. I 100% understand why people who find it boring. Like that all, it's all good. It's all good, you know, like I will not try to defend it beyond my own personal attachment to it. But in terms of like, fuck you crazy world building and visuals and dreaminess and everything, you know, like 2001 really speaks to me. It really works on me. Eyes Wide Shut doesn't. Eyes Wide Shut, Eyes Wide Shut is a movie that has about 15 minutes worth of plot stretched out to nearly 3 hours. I was actually surprised rewatching it, kind of like how little actually happens in that movie. And also the performances are really bad, kind of across the board. Tom Cruise is okay in it. But he's playing a very subdued character, and which works, because he's kind of meant to be like in over his head, and like weirdly naive for how old he is, and for the profession that he's in and everything. But everyone else is, it's not even a question of the individual actors, because here's the thing, is that I know it's Kubrick's fault, because he was so meticulous and fucking insane about performances that I do not blame any of the actors in the movie for how strangely all the dialogue is delivered. It is, everyone speaks with these huge gaps of silence in their lines. And I don't mean between lines, I mean between words. It's crazy. Like Nicole Kidman's performance in it is so robotic and strange, and never ever feels grounded in reality whatsoever. I mean, like, she comes off as like a high school kid, like trying to do acting for the first time. It's really difficult. It was really hard to watch. And Nicole Kidman is a great actress. Like, like she's good at what she does, so knowing who the director is, it's so strange, because if you watch that, you would be convinced that like Nicole Kidman has never ever been drunk and or high. Like the way that she plays drunk and then followed up right afterwards by playing high on just weed, is insane. It's complete. It's like, what is. So what you're trying to say to me is that I'm the crazy one and you know what you're doing? Like, that's not exaggerated. That is how her line delivery is through basically the entire movie, but especially in the scene where she's supposed to be high. And it's crazy. I don't understand what it's going for. I think the whole thing is trying to have this kind of like dreamy atmosphere to it. It feels like Kubrick trying to do Lynch is what it feels like. And it just doesn't work really. It's not completely unsuccessful. Like there is a very good like tone and like sense of foreboding across everything. But when you get into like the actual nitty gritty of the plot, there's basically nothing there. There really isn't. The plot is Tom Cruise finds out about this weird exclusive party that his piano playing friend knows about, sneaks in, turns out that it's like a sex cult, gets found out, and then the sex cult kind of follows him around for a bit to intimidate him. That's the whole movie. Like, that is the entire plot. There's nothing else that happens. There's obviously some things that happen. Like, anything that does happen happens literally off screen, and we are told by other characters, oh yeah, that guy went away, or yeah, some people took that person away in a taxi, and we never saw him again. It's like that kind of stuff. You never see anything actually transpire. And it's just, there's just nothing there. There's so little substance to it. And I gotta tell you, as much as I love Letterboxd for its like database usage, the ability to very quickly and easily look up any movie, add it to your watch list, find like related films that are, or similar films that are actually like do work, like are actually similar, and discover a bunch of new stuff, all the user submitted lists. If you're trying to go on a particular dive down a certain genre or something, all that stuff is amazing. What's less amazing is how people review stuff on there. like it's so weird too, because Letterboxd is a movie website, right? So you would assume that everybody that is on there are film lovers, right? You would think that it's people who really like watching movies and enjoy like breaking them down and enjoy talking about them, and you do get that, but it is done exclusively through either 5-star or 1-star reviews. Like there's no there's so little there's so little nuance on that website, and it's also one of those ones where it seems to, you know, like the reviews that get like the most likes and therefore get like featured and get the most attention are the ones that are like 1-sentence jokes and things like that. But looking through the reviews for Eyes Wide Shut, it's like 4 stars, 5 stars, just across the board. And it's like a 3-star at best, you know, and that is everything about, you know, like the overall like tone and technical aspect of it, the cinematography of it and everything, you know, like that's what is pushing it up to that score. Cause it sure as hell isn't the plot, and it definitely isn't the performances. And it's so strange. It's funny that I find myself talking about this yet again, because I think this is a thing that I talk about a lot, is just people's like inability to say something was like middling. Like no one can say anything was like right down the middle anymore. Which I to qualify that, I mean when rating things. I'm not talking about other actual real world shit, but actual like being able to just be kind of like, yeah, that was like a 3.5-star movie, or, you know, that was maybe like a 2.5-star game, or, you know, like there's so. Hey, Pickle, my favorites are the 5-star ones. They're just filled with critiques. Yeah, exactly. It's there are some that just kind of like, the movie is mostly slow, has a lot of weird pacing issues, but you can't deny this director is basically God, and will forever be amazing and can do no wrong. 5 stars. It's like, no, like rate the thing based on your enjoyment of it. Like, you know, you can't rate a thing on its fucking legacy or whatever. You know, lots of amazing people have made really shitty things. Conversely, shitty people have made amazing things, you know, like it like all these weird outside things like shouldn't be a part of it. And I do think that there is a certain element at play of people being like intimidated or afraid to be more like genuine with their criticisms or something, out of fear of people like coming at them or whatever, you know. I recently watched The Godfather 2 for the first time a few weeks ago, maybe almost a month ago now, and didn't care for it. I didn't care for it. Like the first Godfather clears it. There's this whole population of people just kind of like, it's so much better than the first one. It's like, it's no. Like half the movie is in flashback that doesn't matter, and the other half is in fast forward. Like there's no interconnecting anything. There's no character arcs because you've already seen the character arc happen. You saw the character arc happen in the first one. The first one has an actual plot. The first one has an actual like plot event reaction. You know, like that is what moves the story forward. What moves the story forward in Godfather Part 2 is randomly getting angry about something that happened or whatever. And now we're at a Senate hearing that was never established. Why are these people here? Anyway, let's jump ahead a couple weeks. And this guy gets shot. And it's like, what the hell is going on? Like structurally, it is less interesting. And I think it is less successful. If you love that world and those characters, sure, I can see the argument for it. But as a movie, as an actual film, as an actual story that you sit down and watch the journey of characters go through, it is far less interesting than the first one. Straight up. God help you if you say that on Letterboxd. The amount of people, because I went on and I specifically looked at like 2-star reviews for the movie, like 2 or 3-star reviews for that movie, to see if there were people out there who like felt the way that I felt about it. And turns out that there are, and the comments on them were completely ridiculous, because you know, they just like defaulted to shit that was like, tell me you didn't pay attention to the movie without telling me type shit. And it's just like, that's it's like that's so dismissive. And especially like in the face of when you can genuinely tell when someone has like missed the point of a movie or whatever, or when someone has missed the point of a piece of art or something, you know, like the example I always use of that is Bo Burnham's Inside, the song he has in there, I Made You Some Content, which is entirely about just the frustration of the monetization of creativity, the frustration of feeling empty by online engagement, the whole way that like your it's like my personal life is falling apart. I do not feel fulfilled. Everything is bad, and I don't know who I am anymore in this new digital age. And then the chorus goes, "But look, I made you some content." You know, TikTok took just the chorus and turned it into a fucking trend, where it was a bunch of people dancing to the lyrics of that song and being kind of like, look at the video. I made you a video. Look at how fun this is. And it's like, you have missed the point. It's like people like willfully misinterpreting, you know, like pieces of art, like straight up, like not understanding the core message behind something. And like, so like you can tell, and saying that, you know, like a movie's structure or plot device or whatever like does not work or works to its detriment or makes it a lesser experience, that has nothing to do with not getting it. You know, it's very easy to get most things. It is whether or not that information is conveyed in a way that is clear and or entertaining. And if you're missing those elements, it doesn't matter how well intentioned or well thought out your metaphor or your message might be. It wasn't interesting to get there, you know, and that is just as important as trying to say something. Like, you can't, you know, because anybody can just go and just like say the moral of a story. It doesn't matter if you don't hear the story leading up to that moral. Like, imagine if, you know, like the classic like Aesop's fables and stuff were just the punchline, you know, like it's how jokes work. Like, imagine if the book instead said, never trust a scorpion because it'll sting you. You know? It was like, oh, okay, what the fuck, what do scorpions have to do with anything? You know, like that's like the whole point of those fables is to like tell stories that then lead to some sort of moral or whatever. You know, in the case of something like, you know, like the frog and the scorpion, the moral the moral is stereotypes exist and you should believe in them. It's not a great I mean, yeah, that's probably being a little reductive, but I think you can make the argument in either direction on that one, potentially, which is the beautiful thing about art. You can interpret it differently from other people. God. Anyway, yeah. So Eyes Wide Shut, not a very good movie. I think Eyes Wide Shut is one of those movies that, here we go. This will certainly, this will activate some film snob mode for you. I think Eyes Wide Shut is a weird movie for people who don't watch weird movies. That's what I think. That's why I think that movie gets such high praise from most people, is because they're not used to seeing other weirder, more fucked up stuff. Because the whole thing about Eyes Wide Shut that makes it weird is that there are naked people in it. That's it. It's just a movie with a fair amount of nudity. That's really all that there is to it, you know? And the whole sex cult thing, it's interesting looking at it with like, because that movie's like 20 years old or something, I think. I don't remember what year it came out. But watching it now, seeing it with a more like modern perspective, it's kind of funny because you watch it, it's kind of like, I don't know, this cult thing doesn't really seem all that terrible. It's a bunch of rich people get together and have an orgy. And it's not even like a fucked up orgy. It's like some people are having sex and some other people are watching that happen. It's not like they're all in masks and cloaks and the whole thing is filmed in slow motion, but it doesn't actually feel like inherently evil or anything, which maybe that is like some historical perspective that's missing. Is when it came out, it was probably a lot more like, oh my God, my goodness gracious. You can't put that in a movie, despite there being way worse portrayals of sex and nudity and sexuality for decades. It really feels like that kind of thing where, because it was a Kubrick movie, because it was Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, and they were married at the time and everything, you know, like, because like all of these things, you know, it was like this big budget thing with a big budget cast and a big budget director. And so everybody went and saw it, and then a bunch of normies got exposed to something slightly off center and got their minds fucking blown. That's what I think happened. But watch any episode of like any anime and you'll get like a way crazier experience. I feel like there are so many other things you could watch or get exposed to that clear Eyes Wide Shut so much. There's a lot of weird shit out there. There's a lot weirder shit out there. And some of it happens to be on the PS1. Which, again, expert segue by me to get us into tonight's games. So we are continuing our look at the PS1's library. This is the week of weird. I mentioned this on Tuesday's night stream. I don't remember which stream it was on, but I on a previous stream I mentioned my interpretation of weird for this is not, here's the craziest fucking shit that's on the PS1. Because if that was the case, it was just going to be exclusively a bunch of games that never released outside of Japan. And honestly, it would come off just kind of like, look at how weird Japan is. Which, you know, accurate, but maybe not also like the best use of our time. You know, it is a different style. It's a different culture. What's weird to us might be very vanilla to them. It's just a lot more over the top and commits to it better. That doesn't make it necessarily weird. To me, what is weird is releasing a game where a genre for it doesn't exist yet. Releasing a puzzle game that uses 3D graphics and platforming, but you're like sorting cubes and shit. What's weird to me is a game where you are a bomb defusal expert who's finding bombs in random household objects. And that's the only game in that series, and no one has ever made another one like that. You know, like that to me is weird. What's weird to me about the PS1 is just how free flowing the ideas were. And you could make a game about fucking anything in a way that honestly, I am kind of like disappointed by modern gaming, because even though more and more people have the ability to make more and more games, no one's really making weird shit. Not really. There's too many rules. There are too many rules that have like defined how video games work now. And people are either too afraid or not inclined to break out of some of those rules a little bit, because God forbid your game doesn't appeal to every single person on planet Earth. You know, like if it's not profitable, it's not worth it. And that is always disappointing. And is very much like, in a way, kind of runs counter to what the PS1 was going for, even though the PS1 was being pushed to be successful and was a successful system. You know, we talked about how Sony very specifically like would not market 2D games on it because they were really pushing the future of 3D gaming. There was still so much that was undefined that people just kind of made stuff. They just made stuff. And we get to reap all the benefits. So tonight we're going to be looking at a bunch of different games. You know, I don't know exactly how many we'll get to, but I have written down like a list, which I haven't done previously. At least I haven't needed to like reference previously, but we are going to be referencing a list tonight because I have like 6 or 7 games like potentially that could be showing up tonight. So we're going to hop on into it here. And we are, in fact, going to start with a Japanese exclusive. And I've already described basically what it is. Now, the whole thing is in Japanese. It has not been translated. So some of the story, I'm sure, is going to be lost on us. But you'll see what the gameplay is like pretty quickly. And I love that a game like this exists. And I love that we have the opportunity to check it out. So we're going to get into the first game of the evening, called Suzuki Bakuhatsu, a game all about disarming random household objects. Developed by Enix before they were Square. I don't know if this is that Enix of Square Enix. It's probably not, if I had to guess. Now the question is there just no audio for these logo builds? Or is something broken? Okay, there's just no audio for the logo builds. And we are off to the fucking races. This game has immediately convinced me. Okay, so we do have at least some English menu options here. So from what I gather, well, I'll let this play and we'll see what happens. Jesus Christ. Every time I press a button, something explodes potentially. Okay, we have a delivery but we're seeing an explosion in our head about it. It comes with a tangerine. I hope there's a capybara in that box. But it's ticking. Oh. All right, we have 3 minutes to defuse this orange. All right, so we can move in and out. We can rotate around. Then circle. Okay, so we got our tools. So screwdriver. Oh, okay, so I set the rotation direction with the stick and then circle to, all right, got it. All right, we have found the bomb. Long screws on there. The sound design is incredible. All right, let's get this casing off. Now, now comes a problem because I can't read Japanese, so I have no idea what. I have no idea what that says or what I should be trying to do. But I also can't like select. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay. All right. Well. All right. Well, the one that's marked danger is probably not the one that we want to cut. So let's cut the blue wire. Amazing. Sugoi indeed. We absolutely nailed that. So this is literally the whole game. Like it is this poor woman is just constantly having to defuse bombs across just moments in her everyday life. Again, but man, all the music in this kicks ass. Also, where are we going? Still more frames of video animation than Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. Yeah, and then she went out on a pogo stick in the middle of a field. Like you do. There was a dog for 1 frame. Now we're back home. Time for tea and cheesecake. What the hell is going... So we're just watching I guess she's just having a day. She has the day off, doing nothing important. All right, you just sit here eating this food, sipping this tea. We're gonna take 50 pictures of it. Does this just go on forever? Do we just live here now? Oh, bridge. Wait a minute, someone's placed a bomb on the ground near a fence. that might hurt someone. Doesn't seem to be in a position where it would do any real structural damage to anything. Man in full scuba gear on the elevator. Oh. Some actual CG all of a sudden. Okay, she has a gun. What the? Jesus Christ. What are these transitions? So unrelated to anything else we saw, there's also a bomb in the gun that she brought. Look at the modeling and the texture work on this thing. It's oh. Oh. Yeah, let's get a look in there, shall we? Oh, it's fake. Wait a minute. That's no gun. Oh, wrong tool. All right, here we go. Okay, so you have as much time as you want to inspect it. Easy enough. Took that apart in one move. What's so funny is that this gameplay is not all that dissimilar from, like, Car Mechanic Simulator or House Flipper or any of those other, like, jobs as games that we now all play. Because everything's broken. And now we need to play at jobs. Okay. Let's just start unscrewing some stuff. Oh, I see. Okay, so you can only go so far. Right, okay, and now we want to unscrew one of the other, go the other way to make it a little bit safer. There we go. Let's hope that we can trust this. Hell yeah. This is such a good, like, level complete. Whatever, stinger, whatever the fuck. Fanfare, I guess is the word I'm looking for. This is really straightforward and really simple and honestly really fun. Anyway, the gun was real. Wow, they animated the bullet breaking the sound barrier. Oh, we can take a right turn to save town. Listen to this fucking music. This game is amazing. I might have to find a way to like rip the music out of this thing, because every track on here has been an absolute banger. All right, let's move on. We'll do one more level and then we'll move on to the next game. I'm actually glad that there's basically no dialogue. Like there's very little in the way of text. Obviously, we can't read any of the instructions, so I imagine there's probably going to be some tricky thing or whatever later on. But as it stands, it's nice that it's just a bunch of these like bizarre vignettes and we can just kind of vibe. Just zoom and cross dissolve into another zoom and cross dissolve. And then the young lady sat on the swing for 3 hours. Wow, look at that ancient piece of technology. Yeah, right in on the chin. Anyway, there's a bomb in her cell phone. Oh, if this is going to be a thing where we need to like punch in a phone number or something, we might be done. Oh, timer started immediately this time. Okay, we're going into the internet. Like, what? Easy. No problem at all, baby. We did one thing. We're not getting any cleaner than that. Let's move on. Amazing. Yeah, so unfortunately, and probably for reasons that are obvious, that game never made it out of Japan. I hope that actually gets a translation, because there's nothing in there. There's no reason. It's just text. So there isn't any reason that there couldn't be a fan translation of that. You know, that's another great thing about like how much time has passed, you know, since these games were new or whatever, is that now it is entirely possible that someone is out there making these games playable for English speakers, and throwing those up on the internet. You can just grab those now. Just a whole other world of games are now available for everyone to play, which is fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. Okay. So kind of by the nature of trying to look at a lot of like weird shit, quote unquote, we do have a fair amount of like puzzle games on here, because to me, like, some of these are like puzzle games kind of inherently become weird, in that they're usually one-offs. They have like their own sets of rules. They are completely unique. And this one was actually pitched by a member of the Discord, and has been a game that I've maybe checked out once in my life, but people speak pretty highly of this one. I do not remember really anything about it, but we're gonna jump into the next game here. We're gonna check out Devil Dice. Starts with a quote by Julius Caesar, so you know it's cool. Developed by Shift. Here it comes. more stock sound effects. Always with the stock sound effects. So from what I recall of this, it's kind of like a I thought I was going to have a way to describe this, but I don't, which is why it's literally being played tonight. But it's like, it's about like rolling dice from one position. It's kind of a slide puzzle, I guess, of sorts. Let's check out the options here. What do we got? Ranking, config. All right, we'll leave all that as is. I am going to fire up the manual so I can actually learn how to play this game. Rules, operation. You can use your character with the directional buttons. Oh, I'm not in control of this. This just plays. Okay. All right. Well, I don't need to be told how to move my character, I guess. Object of the devil dice is to make as many dice vanish as possible. Dice will vanish when you line up an amount of dice equal to the number shown on the top face of those dice. Oh no. Okay, I'm fucked. For example, you have 3 threes lined up, so they're touching, they will vanish. Yeah. So I understand what they mean in principle. They did not account for the fact that my brain, I've talked about this before, my brain cannot think in these kind of terms. So this is going to be awful to watch. Number on the dice multiplied by the number of dice you have lined up is added to your score. We'll try to connect it with 5s. We connect 5 5s together. 5 times 5 equals 25 points carried. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, my problem is literally with the 3D aspect of this, like the rotating. Go ahead and try it with 6s. I did it. I have a very difficult time thinking of puzzles that involve like rotation or sliding or anything that involves needing to know what to do literally more than 2 moves ahead. And this is absolutely going to get to that. When you line up dice correctly, they will gradually sink into the floor and vanish. Okay, but I imagine we can... If you don't quickly move to a die that is not vanishing, you may find your character on the floor. I assume that's a game over scenario. Oh, okay, you can push instead. While on the floor, you can push the dice and line them up. But it's a lot more difficult. If you're on the floor, you can climb onto that dice that is rising up from the floor. Okay, so there's some timing stuff involved in it. Okay, so there is like, I mean, not really platforming, but there is a sense of verticality. Sometimes you want to get off a die quickly. In this case, push the directional button as the die is descending. Got it. So walk off. If you get off accidentally, you can often get back on the die if you move quickly enough. I'm assuming it's going to show us that. Okay, but then you can hop back on. Gotcha. Once you're back on the die, play as normal. Okay. This could move a little snappier. This could be a little quicker. One of the most important concepts in double dice is the chain. It keeps us together. Once you've lined up dice correctly so they are descending, you can add more of that same kind of dice until they vanish completely. Oh, interesting. Hey, okay. You get the score of all connecting dice whenever you chain. This is the chain rule. Oh, wow. So you actually get... Okay, so you get the score per level, not just like one big group. Okay, all right. So that... You can chain when pushing blocks when you're on the floor. Even hop on the descending die and continue the chain. Oh man, okay. I bet people who are good at this game are really good at it, and it's probably really satisfying. That will not be the case tonight, but I bet that is true. Happy one. The side of the die with a 1 on it behaves differently from the other sides. Okay, here we go. In order to make a 1 vanish, you need to line it up with a set of already descending dice. By doing this, all 1s on the board will vanish. This technique is called a happy one. Interesting. Those are the basic rules. Now go on to learn about the game modes. Okay, well, let's just try this for now. And if I really fuck this, then we can look at some of the other tutorials. Let's go endless. Let's just see what we can do. See. So you can see my problem is that I don't know. Oh, okay. Oh God. Okay, so first thing I need to do is like familiarize myself with just where the sides on a die every number is, which I think is going to be impossible to learn in the amount of time to make this interesting. Like, I would love to get these 5s moving, but like, where on this is the 5? Oh man. Okay, I forgot that I was chaining. All right. See, this I get, like pushing blocks. That's easy. Unfortunately, I'm now out of room. Okay, we can get on there. There we go. Oh, God damn it. See, I need to rotate that around to get 5. Oh, there we go. I 100% see the appeal of this. I cannot think in these terms. My brain is so ill-equipped to deal with this specific style of video game. See, like I can, like, give me 4 and I'm in the, but I'm 1 spot out for that. All right, let's clear these 1s out of here. That I've at least figured out, of like just kind of like just quickly move the piece forward and back. Oh, once you've stepped off of a die that's falling, you can't get back on it. There's a 4. Okay, there's no other 1s on the board. There's a 3. This game is gonna make me go cross-eyed, man. definitely part of the problem, and it is 100% my problem, is that there are 6 discrete things to think about at any given time, which is about 4 things too many. Oh God, and the amount of times that I'm like just like one away. Okay, well, I just got fucked on that. Oh, we're fucked. God damn it. Oh, this guy doesn't understand how diagonals work, I don't think. Shit! Get on there. Oh, fuck. Oh, I can make him wave. That's fun. Hey! Oh, all the buttons make him do little sassy moves. Okay. So if I want to make a 6, there we go. Oh, God. Oh, damn it. This feels like the kind of game where if I had ever like been given like a demo of this, like if I had a demo disc of this game, I probably would have spent a fairly significant amount of time with it, and like just playing the demo alone would have been like enough for me to like learn what to do. Because as it stands right now, I'm just kind of like, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of moving randomly and hoping that things trigger. Like, where's like the 2? Okay. There we go. I think we are about to lose. Because I can tell like one of the key things here is just figuring out just the rotation pattern. Because I feel like once you have the rotation pattern figured out and then how to like manipulate the block around to then get the face that you're looking for, like then you can start thinking about the rest of the puzzle aspect of it. Because otherwise, like, because I'm like just like struggling to just kind of like figure out just what number is going to pop up when it turns around. And even though it has like the guide in the top, irrelevant. That might as well be in hieroglyphics as far as I'm concerned. Born and raised in Vegas, but not a whole lot of exposure to dice, as it turns out. At least not enough to just instinctually know how they go. I think we may do one and done on this guy. And again, not because this isn't good. It's just I'm just dog shit at it. No, don't you do that. All right, Tony, what were you thinking you were going to do there? Okay, there we go. Boom. And that. Gotta do that again to get rid of that one. Yeah, we can. Give me a 3. God, the amount of times that like I get the right number, but I'm one away or on the diagonal. Did it again. Fuck me. One, two, three, four. So it takes four 4 straight line moves to get the number you started on back. There we go. I think it always takes 4 moves, kind of regardless of whether. Or I guess the better way to put it is minimum 4 moves. I don't know what I'm saying. Whoop. Man, just go. just be the right number. Five. There we go. Well, we're hanging on. I'm kind of surprised at how forgiving the timer has been on this. I would have expected it to have been getting a lot faster. A lot faster. That was, oh man. If this poor little guy could just move blocks on diagonally, it would really make my life a lot easier. Okay. Dot, 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 dot. See, how do I get the 6 on top? There we go, but I'm 1 off. Oh, this is maddening. See, this is another problem that I have is that there we go. Like I will get stuck on trying to fix one thing, and then it just causes me to just like ignore everything else. There we go. All right, we got some chains going. We're doing some stuff, mostly accidentally, but we're doing some stuff. We can do this. Just knock that right back on. Okay, wasn't even planning on that. Wasn't planning on that either. Trying to get a 3 in the corner. There we go. Oh, God, no. See, I'm stuck on another diagonal. Fuck me. Get up there. Get up there. Okay, time to clear some 1s out, I think. Just, I'm trying to make anything happen here. Okay, there we go. Let's do this. And then, as soon as this clears, oh shit! Fuck! Okay. Alternative idea. We die. I think that's what's about to happen here. It's probably someone watching this is just like screaming at their screen right now, going like, In the upper left, you idiot! I mean, honestly, watching streamers play puzzle games can be daunting. There's a 5. Yeah, this is over. Oh God. 2's in the wrong spot. There's a 2. Okay. All right, there's a freebie. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Do it. There we go. Okay, we've bought a teeny tiny amount of time. There we go. Fuck, I didn't mean to step off. Will that count? There we go. Oh, hell yeah. Whoa. Oh, hey, he moved on the diagonal. What the fuck? So it does work? I'll be honest, this is feeling very dumb luck. Like, this is extremely, like I don't know which way this is gonna rotate. And it's like, oh, it was the right answer. I'm like that kid in school that didn't do any of the work, like didn't study. But he just stumbles his way into the right answer. And gets like a bunch of compliments from the teacher about it, and you're just sitting there seething. You know they didn't earn it. Oh, they didn't earn it the right way. I mean, not that I have any room to complain about that, because I was the kid who, shot video sketches instead of writing essays because the teachers were impressed by that. So I got out of a significant amount of writing assignments by just grabbing a camera from the classroom and running around like an idiot. I think I just realized that clearing the ones out does not result in a lot of points. Which makes sense. Oh, shit. Because I guess it's kind of more like a desperation move than anything. Yeah, you literally get 1 point per block removed. Are you serious? That didn't touch? Oh, this board is filling up quick. Ooh, my kingdom for a 5. 5? Hello, 5. Shit. Well, now we're blocked on that one. That 2's in the wrong spot. Fuck me. Well, I think the music is starting to indicate a certain failure state. Hey guys, Devil Dice kill screen coming up. Where the fuck is a 5 on these dice? I'll take it. What's very funny to me is I've stayed alive for this long. We're on level 13, apparently. I've scored a whopping 1,300 points, which does not feel like very many. Oh, there we go. Okay, it gave me the 5 out of pity. I'm starting to do that thing where your eyes kind of start to glaze over as you're just kind of... You're not even really taking in information. You're just kind of seeing things happen. Where's the 3s? Where's it? There we go. There we go. There we go. I think we're still dead though, because we're not we're not clearing these as quickly as we need to be, I don't think. There's a 4. And I made myself a little island to get stuck on. Ah, shit. So I think like the spawn time is like resetting or something based on like how well you perform. Like if you take longer, it's like the longer you take, the faster it starts putting dice in. But then if you manage to get a couple of chains, it kind of slows down a little bit. Because there's no valid reason that I should have survived this long. Honestly, I'm really playing this like I play most like slide puzzles, which is just move pieces around and hope for the best. And you just kind of stumble your way into a winning condition. Because I am no closer to really making a lot of these moves on purpose. See, like this. So like this is a good example of like if I just understood dice rotation a little bit better, like I would know just how to make a 4 happen. I have all this space in here, tons of room, but I just don't know how many moves it takes. And that time I got lucky because I could just see it there. Okay, you can only hop on blocks while they are transparent. Six? Yeah, there we go. So then you can do that. All right, yeah, so... All right, there is a benefit to waiting sometimes. I don't even know how long I've been doing this. If you told me that I've been here for an hour, I would believe you. There's a very like trance-like quality to this, which again, like, I totally understand why people speak highly of this. Nope. There we go. Whew. I ain't gonna lie, this is a little exhausting. Level 18 against all odds. That's about 12 levels more than I was expecting to get through. Honestly, I feel like this game needs to be a little more punishing. It should not award, like, idiots like me. Just kind of like, oh no, you move the dice around, see what happens. I guess you win. I just got a very odd sense of deja vu, which is either legitimate or is just the result of having now played this for as long as we have. That I've repeated a pattern. So I am catching moments like that, right? Of when there's enough blocks already lined up with each other. Like doing this, like knock it away and then put it back. Knock it away, put it back. That, I think, has been the thing that has kept me alive more than any sort of like legitimate gameplay. Let's hope a 5 pop. Oh, okay, so the 5 is on the... Okay, it's on the wrong side. Shit. There we go. I'm just rolling around and getting insanely lucky. For whatever reason, this is kind of reminding me, it's not the same kind of game at all, but there was a game on the Xbox Live Arcade called Poker Smash, which was kind of like a match 3, like a timed match 3. It's just like a field that's like constantly rising. You have to keep clearing things out. But instead of matching a bunch of colors or shapes together, it was poker hands. Long before Balatro was a thing and changed the world of gaming forever. This reminds me very much of that, because it is not like there's like an extra element beyond just match the colors of something. Like in this one, it's the rotation aspect of it that is the key difference, or the key element there. And in Poker Smash, it was kind of a similar thing of like, don't think in terms of colors and shapes. You have to think in terms of suits and straights and flushes and whatnot. Which, that game was easier for me to learn than this, because I do have like enough exposure to like card games and that sort of a thing, poker especially. I had a very brief period of interest in a World Series of Poker, like when that very first started, because it was such a weird idea. It was like they're televising poker games, but it turns out, like, at its core, poker is a simple game that's very easy to understand and as a result, easy to watch. It's kind of like fighting games, like you don't really need to understand all the systems. It's easy enough to just understand that when the health bar goes to the bottom, that person loses. Honestly, I couldn't recall the last time I saw any sort of footage from World Series of Poker, because now it's like such a known quantity. I feel like the only people who watch that anymore are the people who are like really into it, like they're like studying moves and shit, or probably placing bets on people's bet placing. This is an insane Ouroboros of gambling. How am I still alive? Just in general, not even in this game. Like, I truly... Is this about to finally end? Well, we're going to survive a little bit longer. A little bit longer. Boom. All right, guys. Well, I hope you're ready for it. The Devil Dice arc starts now. This is now going to be the primary focus of this channel. It'll just be easier that way, because apparently I'm never leaving this game. So it's just easier to just rebrand myself. The backlog was a fun idea. We enjoyed it for a while, but let's be honest. Who wants to see people beat games? They just want to see people get really good at one game. That's how every Valorant and Apex streamer has gotten by, so why not do the same with an obscure puzzle game from the PS1? This feels like this has been going on forever. Where even am I anymore? Oh. Oh. Might be running out of lifelines. Huh? I mean, I imagine that if you get really good at this game, you could probably just play it for eternity. Like, I'm sure, like, once you start, like, recognizing, like, enough of the patterns and everything, because that's kind of what all puzzle games kind of come down to, that at the end of the day. It's just how well can you recognize the patterns to clear or score or whatever, like, the goal of that particular puzzle is. You know, like, that's why, like, Tetris, you know, makes a lot of sense to me, because I've gotten to the point where, like, I can see a lot of those patterns and setups now where I don't really get intimidated by the game any longer. You know, I'm almost there with Puyo Puyo. You know, there's still a lot of kind of like blind luck that I rely on in that game, but I know enough of the basics to kind of, you know, weasel my way out of like trouble spots or whatever. So I can just imagine someone getting like extremely fucking good at this game. And probably just like running chains like for the entirety of the run. I'm starting to get into that thing that happens when you're playing like an old like arcade beat 'em up game, where you kind of just start like glossing over. It's like it's not even really fun anymore. It's just kind of like, oh, no, just hit the buttons and things happen. Yep, beat up the mean warthog with the leather jacket on. I feel like I said that we were about to die no fewer than 5 times. So I'm not going to say that this time. Because in some weird, twisted way, I think it is actually cursing me to survive even longer. And again, been playing this for God knows how long and still haven't even broken like 4,000 points. Like, that's the thing, is like, this is not, like, we're surviving, but we're not scoring a lot of points here. So it's not like particularly impressive. If I had the score to back it up, I would feel good about it. Can I make this happen in time? Nope. Oh, sweet merciful heavens, it's over. Oh. What the fuck does any of this mean? CDC. You got it. No idea what those letters mean at all, but you know, I got 3rd place, so hooray. I completely get it. I absolutely get it. I 100% understand like why that shit would be like how easy it could be to like obsess over that, like to get like addicting as hell. I can 100% see why people get into that. See, like, okay, like an actual like puzzle level, like sure, boom, like that makes sense. I imagine this probably gets super fucking crazy, but I can't play any more of this. We have to get out. We have to get out. there's other things to look at tonight. This is cool, though. This is super cool, and I imagine there are some mega fans of this game out there. my eyes started drying out. I got to that place that happens, like I said, like in beat 'em ups or like Guitar Hero or something, where it's just like you kind of stop blinking, you kind of stop thinking, things just kind of like just happen. Oh man. Okay. We are going to go so outside of what Devil Dice was like with a game that is on the backlog. We will not be playing through the whole thing tonight because unfortunately it's kind of one of those games that starts off, you know, with a pretty like even amount of difficulty, and then about halfway through gets to like, there are just like fail states, like just like, oh, you didn't play the level fast enough, you just have to sit here and wait until the timer runs out and you die type shit. But it is a game that was, if you caught the very first demo dive that I did back in the first week of September, this game was on the interactive sampler disc 3, which is the one that I had, the one that I grew up with. And there was a demo on that disc for this game that we skipped over that night because I knew that we were going to be revisiting it tonight. It is... It's kind of a first-person shooter, but if that person was on like rollerblades and was 2 feet tall, we're going to check out a strange little game called Tunnel B1. I think this game is cool as hell. And it would be many, many, many years before I'd ever get my hands on a full release copy of it. It was one of those games where it was like, wow, what a cool game that's on this demo disc. I sure hope I get to play it someday. And then you would just, I never once saw this game in a store. Like I'm almost positive that this was another like eBay purchase. Because I told the story about how the first thing that I ever bought with my very first paycheck when I started working was Jumping Flash 2. I think Tunnel B1 was right behind it. I basically went crazy. Hey, J-Dub. This game is super cool, very dated, very of its time. The kind of thing that, again, might be kind of a hard sell, but not as hard as other ones. It's straight up, it's an action game. But I will admit that the perspective is a bit swimmy. It's actually one of the things that I like about it is how well the game runs. It's pretty impressive. So this is us. Ostensibly, this is the thing that we are gliding around in. You never actually see your ship. The thing is like the most like blatant, like it's like, what is it? It's like hood cam in a racing game, or bumper cam. Honestly, don't even remember the last time I saw this opening. I don't know if I've even sat and watched this thing all the way through to completion. Great title build. Great title build. Also, long loads. This game has some long loads. This is an Ocean game. So Ocean, you know, survived past the NES days and then past the Super Nintendo games. I don't think they survived past this generation. If they did, they probably ended up being called something else. Okay, so there are... This is one of those games where there's kind of no perfect control setup. You kind of have to deal with it. So I think we will roll with this. I don't remember if this game supports DualShock. Literally doesn't. Okay. So this game did have a PC release, which is the one, if you can get it running correctly, it's on Steam, as a matter of fact. That's probably the way that I would suggest playing this. So that you can play, you know, you can kind of configure it a little bit better. But overall, because what you really want is the ability to strafe left and right freely. And we kind of have to do like a weird, like hold a button down to do that in this one, which I'm not a fan of. But we're gonna take a run at it and see what happens here. Also, this game is really quiet for some reason. And now it's really loud. All right. So, Orpheus program activated. Level 1 shutdown imminent. Primary objective. So you get objectives at every stage. For this one, it's exit the level. Secondary objectives are truly secondary, but you do really want to do them because they're basically like weapon pickups, and they will fully all your weapon upgrades carry over into the next level. Yeah, oh yeah, industrial skybox, absolutely. So here we are. Where are the sound effects? The machine gun is super quiet. I wonder... Hang on. This audio mix sounds crazier than I remember it being. I'm going to quit out of this, go into the options. I might swap emulators because I wonder if something is running a little funky on this guy. Oh, yeah, it's just all the... Okay. No, literally just everything has just been turned way fucking down. Let's just crank this shit.
Smart bomb installed.
All right, we'll probably turn down the vehicle sounds. We probably don't need that very much. All right. Let's try that, see if this sounds a little bit better. Okay. It's a little bit louder. So you basically like drive around shooting shit. That is like the entire game. But you can see like our perspective is crazy low to the ground. We're basically like a war-mounted Roomba. And this first level is very straightforward, like literally, like there is a map here, which I did not realize. So in the demo, you literally couldn't do this because if you press select, it would go back to the demo disc main menu. But you can actually see like the whole, like the entirety of the level, which is very useful and very important as you go through the rest of the levels in this game. So the ones that have arrows pointing on it.
Upgrade.
So that is a machine gun upgrade. You can see now we have dual machine guns. And we have this upgrade permanently. So that's why it's really important to actually go do the secondary objective stuff, because if you don't, you will go through the rest of the game super duper under-equipped.
Map.
All right, we have an actual enemy. It's a turret. Took him out. No big deal. Another turret. Took him out.
Machine gun upgrade.
And now we have a triple machine gun upgrade. If you fly close to these, they will activate switches, or they'll activate doors somewhere else on the level. So that, I believe, would have opened. All right, we're gonna chase this thing down, shoot it a bunch. All right, so now we have rockets as a primary weapon, but we don't have ammo for them. So as soon as we pick those up, we'll be able to start using those. But they pretty intentionally, you know, limit you to just kind of like get you used to the ropes here. Open this, and then we fly into the ring of triangles, and that's the end of the level. So it's really straightforward and basic. Where it gets kind of crazy is just because of how the buttons are laid out. So basically, you know, well, this is an Xbox controller, but if it was a PlayStation controller, X drives forward, square is reverse, and then your top two shoulder button, your L1, R1 are secondary and primary weapon fire. And then L2, R2 select which weapons you're using. So we will pick up more and more of those as we go. So it starts getting into this situation where you're kind of doing a lot of crazy, like crazy control flipping and shit, trying to figure out like what button goes where. All right. Primary objectives. Exit the level.
Flares.
All right, we picked up flares. Eliminate the flying recon craft. So there's a helicopter in this level. Flares install, mines install. So that's the thing, is like, so we picked up ammo for the flares, but we did not get like the weapon install for them. So, and this is stuff that the game doesn't really explain. You kind of just have to figure it out. I'm sure some of this is explained in the manual, but the first time I played this game, like in a full, in the full release, I was very confused. Because I was like, where the hell is everything? Why can't I use these weapons that I've picked up? I was like, you gotta install the part for it, baby. You gotta find it. So we got some slowdown there. But overall, this game runs pretty well. Like the slowdown really only happens when there's a lot of explosions happening simultaneously. Okay. So we're gonna double back and grab some of the stuff that we flew past. All right, and we picked up, so that ship that we just chased down had the rocket install on it, so now we can actually fire these rockets off. They're just dumb fire, so they just fire straight. I love the look of them though, like they're just, this game just looks really cool.
Map.
Later on in the game, you have to be careful about when you start flipping switches, because there are kind of like points of no return. Okay, this is also like a weird mechanic here. So when I blast this thing open, I will have like 3 seconds to pick it up and restore my health. Otherwise, it goes nuclear, and then being near it will drain my health like super, super fast. So grab that. We get, or as the game says, extra energy. I love the computer voice in this. Flares, skull. Yeah, very carefully clear those. All right, let's see. We should be able to make our way to the left now. Yeah, so like so we just passed through a door that used to be closed.
Rockets.
So one way or the other, you should explore every nook and cranny.
Rockets.
Really great like camera shake when you take damage. It's just a cool game, and there were.
Mines.
It's funny because this is kind of like Descent, or what is it? Is it Forsaken? Is I think the one that the famous cover that's just like half of a woman's face. Where those are like the so-called 6 Degrees of Freedom type games. So this is essentially one of those, but you're always on a 2D plane. Like you're not flying around. So honestly, it's a bit easier than those because you don't have to like scan around in a bunch of basically featureless
Map.
level tunnel layouts.
Mines.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. It,
Mines.
obviously, I have played this game a bit. I have a lot of experience with this one, so I'm kind of used to how it controls, but it does, like, it feels and moves like really well. It is swimmy as fuck. You do have to kind of like, preempt your turns a little bit, but honestly, it's not, for whatever reason, it's not really a problem. Like it just kind of, it works for me. Obviously when things get busy, like the frame rate kind of dives a little bit, but
Map.
like playing this game and seeing just like how well it performs, like the performance on this is
Flares installed.
really, really impressive for the time. Like there were a number of games. I don't think this is quite running at 60 FPS. This is probably more like in like the high 40s. But there were like a number of games that like
Map.
ran at like really, really crazy frame rates. I've ranted about this before, but it's the kind of thing that we kind of lost sight of what was important
Extra energy.
for a couple generations there. All right. So that door is now locked behind us, and now we have to take out this helicopter. So we have flares, which will actually attract its the missiles that it shoots at us. And we just have to basically just like wait for it to come down to our level and go nuts. There we go.
Mines
Got him.
installed. Extra energy.
And now we have mines as our secondary weapon. So mines you can hurt yourself with them, but basically you place them, and then after you tap them, they will explode. So you can kind of, oh no, I'm sorry. Okay, they're on a timer. So what you can do is, while you're at speed, if you drop a mine, it'll kick it. And it's worth pointing out, like fucking like bounce physics on these guys, in like 96. Anytime there's anything with physics, like I'm still a sucker for physics in games. Like I fucking love them. Give me more ragdolls. Give me more objects collapsing all over the place and everything. So for the time, like the amount of like destruction and stuff that was like in this is like pretty wild. All right, this was the demo level. This was the level that was on the demo disc.
Rocket mines.
Rockets, mines. What was cool about the demo was the demo actually had all of the weapons unlocked, because there are 4 each. There are 4 secondary weapons, there are 4 primary weapons, and one of the secondary weapons is just like a shockwave that explodes in front of you, and it just clears the screen of enemies. It's insanely overpowered, and it was very fun to play this demo, just tearing shit up.
Extra energy. Extra energy.
Oh, 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 oh. There we go. There's those flares in action.
Mine laser energy.
Yeah, so we've picked up some ammo for laser, but obviously we don't have it unlocked yet. This right here, this whole... that little chunk of music right there, I don't know, intentional or not, straight up lifted from an Enya song. Enya has a really kick-ass piece of music called Cursum Perfectio, I believe is the name of it. That uses like that exact chord phrasing. And I knew that song as a kid. So when I heard it in here, it was kind of impossible not to connect the two. We are not doing so hot on health. This thing is really working us. Yeah, so we can strafe by holding circle down and...
Energy flow.
Yep, I know energy low. I'm trying to correct the source of that. This guy would get low enough to come at us. All right, we might have to...
Energy flow. Energy flow. Energy flow. Energy flow.
You do enough damage to these things, you can take them out. There we go.
Energy flow. Energy flow. Energy flow.
Man, this guy just kind of like exists to chew through all your ammo. Oh, fuck. Killed myself with my own mine. And this is a case where I think you have 5 lives total for the game.
Mines.
So it's extremely important that you like save your game between levels and stuff like that, and probably do like split your saves depending
Rockets.
on how well you performed in later levels, because you can do what is essentially like soft locking yourself.
Mines. Laser. Energy.
By just getting to a point where you just have no lives to spend on any mistakes, and then you're left like trying to complete levels in a single pass. Although I don't think this game even really has like checkpoints in them. I'm pretty sure every level you just have to beat it. Come on, you son of a bitch. There we go.
Mines.
All right, we are gonna go back and pick up that health. That's why I left those there.
Extra energy. Extra energy.
Extra energy. Okay. Oh baby. Yep, just make a run for it. There's that frame rate. There's that frame rate I was talking about. So that is part of why I recommend playing the PC release of this, because you can set up a controller to work on it just fine, like really with no issue. Like I don't remember having an issue getting it set up. But it also it's one of the rare cases where, you know, I think the game actually does work fairly well with keyboard controls also. But the important thing is that it runs at like, well, it's such an old game. It probably runs at more than 60 frames per second. It probably runs at like 240 or something crazy. You can just really go wild with it. Okay, so I think now we can actually go back. No, okay, that might be closed forever. Some of the later levels start bringing in like kind of like light puzzle elements. There's kind of puzzle elements already in that you're kind of having to, like, you know, drive near these switches to unlock doors and whatnot. But later levels, one of the levels, and it's one of the ones that I get stuck on actually, is there's like these different colored generators that you have to take out like in the correct order, and each time you do, it opens a door, but only for a limited amount of time, and if you don't get through, you're done. It is extremely unforgiving.
Cool.
I remember this from the demo very clearly, like just doing this little lap here. Flip all three of these switches, which then opens a door over somewhere.
Extra booster.
Oh, yes, and also you will... So there's about to be a time limit here where we got to make our escape, and you will we'll get the opportunity to use our booster, our turbo mode. I think we're hitting it. There we go. All right. Let's hit that turbo. So now we're just careening through shit. Just get the hell out of here. It's a really good chase sequence. Bouncing off walls and shit, firing guns. Whew. And we're out of there. The hottest of exits. And there you go. And the game just gets like crazier and more difficult from there. Like it just But I think this game is super cool, extremely underrated, and yeah, go grab yourself a copy of this if that looks interesting to you, because it kicks ass. All right, let's see. All right, we got a little more time here. We got a few more things on the list. I was going to look at Intelligent Cube, but I felt like we spent so much time playing Devil Dice that I never want to see another block in my life. Too much Cuban. Too many cubes, not too much. All right, whatever. All right, let's play. I'm gonna pull up another very strange game here. This is another one that I do not believe ever left Japan. If you watched Oni Plays like years ago when it was still Ding Dong and Julian on it, they played this game, and that's how I found out about it. And I was so taken by it, but I ended up putting it on the backlog because it's really unique, really crazy, and very, very much the kind of thing that could only exist on the PS1 and only in Japan. Hope everybody's taking their seats. Yeah, boy! Honestly, all those demo discs and music videos that we went through, this is the best, like, the best song we've had so far. Again, punctuated by a stock explosion. So I kind of just want to let this play. Mag Panic Coaster coming your way. All right, great. I didn't skip that. It just that's just how it ends. All right, okay. Spoilers. That's spoilers. That's spoilers. That's spoilers. So this is Mad Panic Coaster. And it's another, I guess it technically qualifies as like an auto runner game, like a Subway Surfers, except the whole thing takes place on a roller coaster and has kick-ass music. Hold on to your butts. All right, and now we're off. So basically, you are just kind of steering left and right to avoid obstacles. We can jump, and we can throw bombs in front of us to do something. But Jesus Christ, this game is so fucking fast and so chaotic that good goddamn luck figuring out what should be happening ever. Just try not to fall off. All right. Hopefully we have enough health to survive to the end of this. You can kind of control your speed. All right, we made it. Lucky indeed. Yeah, so this game is just chaos. This game is just absolute fucking chaos. but with a lot of really, really great artwork on it. And fuck, man, like this game's style. Like no game is like this. Like, tell me another video game that looks like this. Like this, it's so fucking insane. All right. So, okay, so you can slow down. And I assume that means we can also maybe speed up, but why would you want to? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. Should have jumped. Meant to jump. All right, we picked up a gem, and I think we have health back for that? Imagine you managed to get your hands on a copy of this somehow back in the day. Like, imagine trying to explain to your friends that you have a video game called Mad Panic Coaster, and this is what the gameplay is. Oh, god damn. Wow, we got really boned there. Oh, don't fall. Oh, we're so close to the end. Come on now. Whew. Yatta. Honestly, I don't think this game is very long. I think this game is maybe, I think we saw how long, I think it's 6 levels. We'll see how this next one goes. I don't know, I'm tempted to just play all the way through it. I think this game is like not even half an hour long. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't even tell what's happening. Oh, man. Okay. Okay, I just realized that square and circle are 2 different attacks. The girl throws far and the boy throws close. Oh, okay, now we're going on to alternate track. Okay, I was gonna say, that was about to be a really short level. Hit this fucking thing. God damn. Come on. Come on. Will someone kill this clown, please? fucking god damn it. Hey, Baroque. We're getting our ears ripped out by fucking crazy shit. Does that say hard mustard? What did that what did that say? All right, fuck it. Let's just do the rest of it. I think we're literally halfway through the game already. Let's just go. Let's get a backlog clear tonight. Oh, hard mountain. Well. I think hard mustard's better. Hard mustard makes as much sense as anything else that happens in this game. Okay. God, this game is, I mean, it's in the name, but it really is like it is panic-inducing. Oh, there's like ice physics now. Not that this control's super great anyway, but we are really fighting for our life here. Okay, there's a jump there. Barely any time to react to it. Shit. Fuck, man. Ooh, we might lose here. In fact, I think we're definitely gonna lose. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Is that just game over, game over? No continues? Oh, there was a level select, so can we just continue from that level? Okay, there is a continue, okay. All right, let's give that another shot here. It's a great pause effect. Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm trying to slow down, and I think you're just not. Boy, howdy. Yeah, when I try to slow down, it just okay. All right, slowing down is apparently not an option on that stage, because when I tried to do it, it just made the cart go like fucking crazy. I guess because it's snowy. So if you try to push the brakes on it, it would just your roller coaster hydroplanes. All right, we'll just gotta raw dog this then. Oh man. Okay. Hey! This cart super does not want to stay on this track. Fuck. Unsurprisingly, not a lot of time to react to things. I'm getting like stuck with just trying to correct the cart path. Just go straight. Fuck me sideways. It wouldn't even accept the jump input. There was no time. Look at those, think a throwable weapon was better than a straightforward shot. Yeah. Who knows? All right, let's go one more. We'll go one more. Maybe we won't try to finish this tonight because I do want to try at least 2 more games here. I mean, I spent like a fucking hour on one level of Devil Dice, and that like has already like fried my brain. So I'm not gonna get the muscle fibers moving for this shit. Okay. All right, 1 lap down, no issues. Fucking, god damn it, being a streamer is a fucking curse, man. Gain any confidence and the universe punishes you immediately. Look at how fucking bad I'm doing now. Are you kidding me with that bullshit? Okay. We will investigate the rest of this game on another day. But yeah, Mad Panic Coaster is one hell of a game. Truly true insanity. Okay. We have just enough time. I was gonna do one more, but I kind of want to throw in another one that I wasn't planning on. Mostly because I won't have an opportunity where it makes sense to play it any other time. And it's not even on my list. I just thought about it while we were going. I guess this technically doesn't really count as a weird game, but it's because it's so obscure. And was actually a thing that showed up on that very first demo disc. I thought it would be worth checking out because it is kind of a, it is a strange genre to be on the PS1. Not much info on the composer, impressed with a full band soundtrack on PS1. Oh yeah, there were a couple of those, but for sure to just have it's cool for it to be like that, like raw, right? Like usually it was you would have a lot of like composed soundtracks for games, a lot of like orchestral stuff and everything. So it's cool to just kind of have just like straight fucking like punk band just going nuts for your weird 2D, 3D hybrid roller coaster nightmare simulator. Let's check this game out. Again, we're kind of stretching the notion of weird here, but it is obscure and I like it. If you don't know these names, I'm not surprised. Let's get some anime in here.
Standby units, prepare to dispatch. We have reports of Metallica terrorist activity on the Metro Highway.
Calling 37 and 45. Prepare to launch from Hangar 4 with C2 armor.
Roger.
That was the same voice. We're gonna check out some Project Horned Owl. this is 100% a case of, I have no idea if this was like an existing anime or tied to like a spin-off of an existing property or something, or if this was just made wholesale for this game, which was entirely possible.
I'm sending you updated strategic data. We're counting on you.
Never had this
guys.
game, but used to play with my cousin who had it. Awesome. That kicks ass.
Roger.
3745.
This was, again, another game impossible to find in stores, like, at the time.
Power on.
This was another eBay find, like had to get this one special delivery.
Having way too much fun down there. We'll take care of that.
Shooting range on. So this game, it's a light gun game. That's what it is. It is straight up just a light gun shooter. Unfortunately, I have to play with a controller. All right, controls defined, movies and voice on, of course. We want all that goodness. I have no idea if the character matters. I think it might just be voice lines.
Hero, keep it cool.
Okay.
Well, there you go. That's why it's important to, select your character. That's a completely different cutscene.
Romeo.
Otherwise.
37 and 45.
All right, so
Metallica is
here we are.
Block sections 3 and 4 moving north. We'll be facing them any moment.
Roger.
I think what qualifies this game as being weird is its art style. So we're in this 3D environment. I mean, honestly, it's a lot like Mad Panic Coaster. We're in this 3D environment, but all the enemies are sprites. So it's kind of like, it's like Doom type thing. But look at how silky fucking smooth this game's frame rate is.
Watch out, civilians.
Reload.
I kind of wish that I had thought of playing this earlier, because I probably could have used like the Wii sensor bar that I picked up. I didn't even consider using that for this. I do also have the I do have a pair of the, are they
Reload.
Sinclair, whatever they are, light guns that a dude made a couple years ago.
Reload.
Which served to kind of like act as like a way to use a light gun on modern TVs. The problem is that they are a real bitch to get set up. They're cool in principle, but they are absolutely like, they're not user friendly, and they kind of fuck up your display settings too, in a way that I just.
Roger. On our way.
The guy basically said that he was making a new version of the software, of the setup software, so that it was a lot more user friendly. And so I just pretty much put them to bed until that happened, and then I just never got around to checking again. So hopefully that has improved, because it would be nice to actually use those. Because I do have a couple of light gun games on the backlog. Like I think the Time Crisis games are on there, and there's a few. Virtua Cop might be on there, I think. Oh yeah, there's also like this charge shot where you can do kind of this shotgun blast.
Reload.
I am one of the few people who actually like enjoys these kinds of games. Not liking games like in general, but I guess like on rails stuff. It's funny because man, people really fucking rallied against them, especially during like the PS3 and 360 era, where basically every video game was required to have like an on rails vehicle section. And people used to complain about them all the time. It's just like they're boring, they're not interesting, they're all the same. I dig them. Like to me like they're kind of fun, and they're fun in a really mindless kind of way. And at least for me, they break up the action. I guess it depends on how well they're done. Like if your on-rails section is just basically just like a cutscene that you're barely interacting with, then why does it matter? But for the ones where it's just kind of like, no, it's like you have to like really survive, like really do the thing.
And you've got more coming from downtown too.
Good. Sounds like one-stop shopping.
Like I think they can be a lot of fun.
Reload.
Like the game has super duper aged now, but like I remember Medal of Honor Allied Assault had a pretty cool vehicle sequence in it. You're escaping from like a Nazi camp, or I guess it was like a command base or something.
Watch out on your right flank.
Reload.
Oh, so many dudes, all dead. This first level.
Romeo, pinpointed the source of enemy communications. Must be the leader.
Great job, Kate.
No, he started moving.
Great
It's
job,
right for you at
Kate.
top speed.
You are a good worker. I am glad to have you on my team.
Nash, I'll take care of these guys. No way, Hero. They're too much for you. Stay where you are. They're mine. Hey, Hero, don't worry. I'll handle them.
Great pacing on the dialogue.
I'm reading an abnormally strong energy field about 50 meters ahead. What's this? Wow, I've never seen
All the
a
anime
core
scenes
like
were
this
done
on the
for the
radar
game
screen
itself.
before.
Okay. Oh, the Ghost in the
that?
Shell got. Oh, very interesting. All right, we have this guy who I believe is not the boss. Yeah.
He disappeared. No way.
What? It's gone. There's nothing on the screen.
I can tell. I can see that. Love just the random non-threat enemies for just some bonus points flying around. Nash is the hypothesis of him. Yeah. Yeah, very much so.
Reload.
Why are so many guys named Chuck?
No data on it.
Reload.
Unable to
Reload.
scan.
Reload.
All right, so we just use grenades on this guy, and it pretty much melts his health bar pretty fast.
He was a tough one. Seems to be breathing a little hard, eh, Hero? Oh, shut up.
Romeo, report damage.
I'll send the data right away.
You're an idiot. No, you are. Shut up. Fuck you. Great job. D? How dare you?
We have information that the Metropolitan Airport is being targeted by the Metallica terrorists. Charlie and Romeo will be dispatched to the site. Let's go.
Don't just shoot everything. There are civilians in the area, you know.
I mean, listen.
A terrorist attack on the airport. I guess if they want to advertise, this will get people's attention. It's gotta be stopped. They might try something really outrageous.
Yeah, well, we've got the entrance blocked, but watch yourselves out there.
Like, it's cool that they made the cutscenes, but also, but
How'd they get in here?
do any of the cutscenes have anything of substance in them?
Moving closer. There's an enemy force at the front gate. Looks like they broke through.
Reload.
Also, this music is kind of hilarious in comparison to what we just had with Mad Panic
Coming
Coaster,
from behind, too.
where that was like
Roger,
live
Roger.
instruments and stuff, and now we're getting this very synthy
You got one hiding behind that obstacle.
MIDI.
Let's get him!
soundscape here. Like, it's still great, don't get me wrong, but it is notably different.
These gates closed. Busted right through it. Terrorists are inside the airport.
Heavy rolling synths with such simple composition. Yeah.
Don't worry about us.
Reload.
Do you read me? This is Terminal Building East Wing. Get us some help
Reload.
over here.
Reload.
Calling all controllers.
That radio static sound
Backup
is
right away.
awful. I wish it would stop happening.
Reload.
Calling 3-7 and 4-5. Go and reinforce the troops in the terminal building.
What about the situation here, Kate? Yeah, we've got some enemies on our hands here, too.
The lives of the airport staff and those of the innocent civilians in the terminal are
A cool
danger.
detail about this is how
Get going.
every enemy has like two different death animations depending on if they are moving or stationary. Like the way that they face like determines like which animation plays. So like these dog enemies, like when you hit them straight on, they have that animation. When you hit them when they're running, they do this thing where they like break in half like that. This is like cool, like little subtle details that they did not have to do. You know, the monsters in Doom don't do that. And that game is like kind of an untouchable classic. But if you're gonna go animate some shit, like fucking go for it. Really love the 2.5 with sprites like this. Yeah, I mean, this is how I feel like 2.5D should be, and we get it so rarely. I mean, well, we definitely don't get like hand-drawn sprites anymore because everything's terrible, but
Reload.
Watch out for unarmed civilians in the terminal.
Roger.
all right, let's just smash through here. Hi, guys.
Repeat.
Can you show
This
me the
is
way
an
to the D
emergency
gates?
Announcement. The airport has been completely sealed. People still in the terminal building should follow the instructions of the airport staff or the armored mechanized unit.
No, but like
Evacuate the
like the
terminal
2.5D
immediately.
era that was like really popular during like the 360 and PS3 generation. All those games look like shit, man. they all look
The airport
they all
is
look
now at level 3
so
emergency
terrible
alert.
because
The control
they're
tower
still
and
three.
area
They're all
2C
polygonal
and
graphics, like at their
basement level
core.
are completely sealed. No entry is allowed to the control tower or area.
It's just the
2C
camera is
in
just
the basement
offset,
level.
you know, to just view everything from the side. But like part of what makes like the you know, like 2D sprite work so interesting and so vibrant to look at is that the game's perspective, you know, takes
Oh,
that
there's another
into
one on the second
account.
floor.
What? Let's go to the second floor, hero. Right.
So all the character art is drawn in a way so that it works based on the perspective that you're looking at it at. And that means that you can focus, like, you know, you can focus your artwork on the details better. Like one of like the, well, a personal heartbreak for me is Sparkster, or I think it's just called just Rocket Knight.
Reload.
Which was released on the PS3 and 360, and it is a 2.5 game all polygonal.
Reload. Reload.
And it's bad. Boy, it is a bad game. Everything about it feels terrible, looks terrible. The sound is like the soundtrack,
This is an official
which
announcement. All airport staff switch to
again,
emergency
you know, like,
response code D7.
I know I'm super biased because like Rocket Knight Adventures is my favorite game of all time, but
Reload.
like even by its own measure, like, you know, it's just not good, and it has a lot to
Your
do
attention,
with its
please. The Horned Owl
with its
Armored
decided
Mechanized
art
Unit
style.
is currently working to bring the situation under control.
it's this very
Please
cheap,
watch out for foreign
undetailed
objects in open
2.5D
spaces.
game where the
If
camera is like
possible, proceed immediately to
pulled
the
out
shelter located in
super
basement
far.
area B. If you are
So your
injured,
character is like
stay where
really
you
tiny
are
on the
and wait for
screen,
aid.
and none of the enemies or bosses or anything has any real like detail to them. It's animated really poorly, like everything's very like herky jerky.
Expect an attack from outside, too. Be careful.
And like when you look at the original Rocket Knight Adventures, you know, like
This is Romeo.
it is an audio visual masterpiece. Like it is crazy like how good that game's artwork and animation is.
It's a real emergency. They've got trouble with their hydraulics.
That's because they had artists who like really fucking cared about like what they were making
Please secure a landing strip.
and had the skills to make it.
Reload. Reload.
But it's also worth pointing out that like we played both Sparkster on the SNES and then Sparkster on the Genesis as well, and
Strip,
honestly neither of those games are that great either. Sparkster on the Super Nintendo is at least fun to play. It controls really nicely, but it doesn't have like the level design, you know, to really hold up. It starts with really great level design and then abandons it by the halfway point. Whereas the Genesis Sparkster is like actual trash. Like it is not a good game. All right, so we do have an actual polygonal robot to deal with now.
Reload.
One of the few polygonal bosses in the game. Again, you hold on to the grenades, and there's basically no challenge. And now we have to just travel the rest of the way because they didn't put in like a speed up timer or anything. So just go down the tarmac in real time.
Next customer. Let's get this over with
Reload.
quick.
Reload.
And now that one's dead. It is cool. I mean, like, this is a cool detail, like leaving like actual like bullet hole decals on the ground that like actually like are part of the environment.
Copy. We need battle info and a damage report in the airport.
Headquarters, this is Romeo. The report's on its way.
And there you are. Well, okay, we have really pretty low shield, so we're probably gonna get a fucking E on this. I called it! Your standards are ridiculous, Project Horned Owl.
Our intelligence bureau has located their secret base. This is it.
Okay, good meeting.
Let's put an end to this thing right now.
All right, we'll leave it there. We'll stop at those first two levels because we are running out of time. But yeah, it's a cool game. It's mindless. It's fun, and it's anime, so you have to like it. Okay, we're gonna do one more. And I honestly don't really know how this is gonna go because the speed and vibe of this one is extremely different. Like we are going like to calm way the fuck down. They actually just announced that they are releasing like the 4 games that make up this series, like on the Switch of all things. I cannot believe this game is getting any sort of like modern release. I found this game completely randomly. I think it was something that like showed up. It was probably like in like a Sean Johnson video, which if you're not following him on YouTube, go follow him if you care about the PS1 at all. That guy does amazing PS1 coverage. Really, really excellent stuff. I think this game might have been in there. And I played about an hour of it on my own, completely separated from, I think before I started streaming, I checked this game out. It's so goddamn weird and crazy that I put it on the backlog immediately because I do want to see this game through to the end one day. That will not be tonight because it turns out the game was actually a roguelike, which you would never fucking know. I saved this game for last on purpose because truly this game like defies like all categorization by every measure. So we are going to close things out with a look at Baroque. This game is kind of a Kingsfield-like. But you're gonna see it's the kind of game that drops you into an absolutely insane world. No explanation, no what the fuck is even like no decision or sorry, like no way to know what decisions to make, no way to have any clue as to what the fuck is happening. It just here is a nightmarish alien world. Go. Oh, that's a scene from Together. Spoiler alert. Jesus. The hell am I even looking at? I mean, one hell of an opening, like one hell of an opening cinematic. This game is absolutely dripping with style and like foreboding tone. Even look at these fucking menu, load, suspend, load, arising. What the fuck does any of that mean? Like it's, oh yeah, circle button, because and I'm checking out this one. I put this one on the backlog. Not so they basically they kind of remade this game for the PS2. It has the same name. I think it's a probably different subtitle on it. But that one turns it into it's all polygonal graphics, and I think it's more runaround. It's a little more runaround action game type thing. And in that move to fully 3D, from what I've seen of it, it feels like it loses a lot of like the look and feel of what makes this game so fascinating. So I definitely want to stick to the PS1 because there's really nothing like this. Okay, there's vibration on this, which means that this supports DualShock. Exactly, they lost the vibe, 100%. Oh. You gotta remember to press circle to confirm. Yes, this game is Japanese, but has been fully translated, so. And thank God. The EEG is indicating violent movement. Increasing barbiturate sedative, excuse me. The T4 and C4 regions are spiking. MRI displaying the same patterns. Administering receptor blocker. Look at this screen. Next floor, outer world, level 1, experience 0 out of 12. And some stats. Okay, and we are now in the game. This is how this game fucking starts. This is... Sentry angle. You shouldn't come over here. Go to the nerve tower. So there's a map. There's a status screen. Our status is currently -1. And myself. So right away you can see that our vitality is draining. And then there's this guy over here. My hobby is collecting items. I can hold 5 at a time. The menu makes insane noises when you click on things. Here's Archangel. Look to the east. The distorted ones writhe in pain. Sure, there's no point in replicating such fools. We got... Let's talk to next thing. A strange voice can be heard coming from the nerve tower. Okay. Horned woman. My eyes are twitching. They won't stop. Sack thing. The pretend angels are speaking. They're saying, go to the nerve tower. I mean, look at this fucking art. Look at this game. This is a real thing that exists. It's like, this game, this thing is so completely insane. This game, to me, this game is kind of like, this game is like the proto, like, Pathologic. If you've ever played those games, the Ice Pick Lounge games, of drop you into a completely insane world. Nothing is explained. Everyone talks in riddles and code. And it is only by throwing yourself at the mercy of the game's world that you start to put together how the fuck anything works and does it qualify as a video game type of thing. Coffin Man, how about some training? Please step in, goddammit. Sorry, it'll take a moment, goddammit. If you die, you're all mine. If that's all right with you, please dive in, goddammit. Oops, could you... Oh. Could you let me measure how tall you are? I guess so he knows what size our coffin should be. All right, let's get in there, goddammit. Would you like to enter the dungeon? Yes, proceed. Yeah, continue. So I think this is actually like the tutorial. Like this isn't where you're supposed to go immediately. Don't wear out your life and soul. Make sure you keep your goddamn HP and VT as high as you can. Yeah, but our VT is constantly draining. So you're on a permanent time limit. When your HP reaches 0, you die. Try not to take damage. Stay here in case there's more stuff to look at. Okay. Attack with the circle button. Don't think about dodging. Just try attacking the grotesques head on, goddammit. I like how this guy, he says goddammit the same way the fucking whatever those fucking creatures from Final Fantasy are called, say Kupo. Alright, when you purify a grotesque, it'll drop an item or a crystal. If you pick up a crystal, you'll recover a small bit of VT. Alright. What you picked up is yours. Pre-press the goddamn triangle button. Alright, so we have picked up a sword that is called Purification. Again, like, everything is named super crazy. But now we make this cool streak across our face whenever we attack. Oh man, we're getting jumped by flying fish. So I think we need to use these experience. Oh, doubles experience. The effect disappears after. Okay, let's use one of these. Not even eat, it's gnaw. Like this game. This game's, yeah. I think this game is extremely cool. There are tons of tough grotesques on the next floor. Please be careful. And don't let your goddamn guard down. The beginning is the tough part. Don't die. Okay, I guess it's not really... I guess once we find the exit, just go to the exit. You do more damage when you're close to a grotesque, so please get right up in their face and rain down hell. Okay, we picked up a fruit. Does fruit restore VT? Restores all VT. Raises max VT by 25 if eaten while VT... Oh, while full. Okay. Alright, well, let's... Alright, don't get hit from behind. Picked up a pelt. Let's put that on. So you can see what I mean about like the Kingsfield stuff, you know, like it is very much that style of game, but I'm a liar. There are no grotesques on this floor. It was a present to give you a thrill. Be thankful, goddammit. Well, hey, thanks a lot, Coffin Man. Whoops. But whereas like Kingsfield is you know, kind of like proto, you know, like the proto Dark Souls. In that, you know, ultimately it kind of operates on a lot of the same ideas as the Dark Souls games would eventually, you know, take on. I should have taken that before fighting those things, actually. This game, I don't even know, again, I don't know how to like adequately like describe what this game is. Like, it's a dungeon crawler, but it's also an RPG, but it's also a roguelike. But it's also like an art house film. Like, it's... You beat them, you're strong. That's not good. Or I guess that is good. Oh, God, it's like talking with Valeno. It's... Still have VT, your HP will refill when you're low on HP. Go hide in a safe place and let yourself recover. Okay. All right, so HP recovers automatically, so VT is the thing to keep our eye on. Coffin Man's Dungeon for Dummies ends after you go down here, so look forward to next time, goddammit. I don't know if there's a way to like look. I don't think you can look up and down. I'd love to know what the hell that thing is. Oh, there we go. Okay, I just wasn't in the... Sure, let's save. Yeah, so this is very much, you know, like one of those games where when I do go to like actually play through this whole thing, because I do want to play through this on stream, it is going to have to be like a dedicated amount of time, because apparently this game is like fucking crazy long and it keeps throwing like new shit at you constantly. Can you remember anything? It seems you're having difficulty speaking, but if that's the extent of your problems, then you must think yourself fortunate. Oh, gotta keep pressing. Okay. Let's head to the nerve tower. Let's get into the meat of this. No, apparently from what I understand about this, what you think is like the first playthrough is like the halfway point of the game. Like from what I understand, this shit goes so crazy. Can you hear my voice? Hope you can come to where I am soon. So I believe like the core gameplay here really is like, I'm pretty sure like this dungeon is like randomly generated every time you go into it. Prevents confusion and lust. Okay. Restores 30 HP, increases max HP if eaten while full. Oh, well, let's get the upgrade then. All right, we ate the idiot. Burst explodes and damages the surrounding. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, because triangle. Oh, man. Oh, I'm getting my buttons backwards. Triangle is also confirmed in this game for some reason. Must press X. Oh, okay. Starting right away. Okay, so our sword now has an ice attack function on it. Wow, it really just dropped us right into the shit, didn't it? Holy moly. Oh, did our sword break? What happened? I don't know why I can't attack sometimes. Crypt Angel Purification unnecessary. What? What does any of this mean? Does that mean this thing is technically a good guy? Picked up endurance. I'm gonna need some endurance to... Which of us will die? Who the fuck are you? Okay. Purification unnecessary. Okay, so I guess we shouldn't attack that thing is what is the vibe I'm getting. Let's just go. Jesus. Soundtrack is, yeah, no. Everything here is cool. like everything about this is sick. Bottom floor here is the 5th basement floor. Don't die, come down, burn your duty into your brain. All right, we've picked up a lot of these. Maybe we can... Don't know what flush does. Oh, fruit is what restores our VT. Okay. Idiot restores our health. Got it. Oh, those little orbs restore VT too. I hadn't put that together at all. So, okay, so I think flesh may rarely explode when open. Oh my god. Open it. Okay. That was one of the rare times when it does the thing. Restore some health. I have to stop pressing triangle to try to cancel because... Oh! Oh, okay, you have to be careful about your positioning. So my sword is getting caught on the wall is what's been happening. Yeah, oh, that sucks. Degeneration. Lowers your level by 1. Huh. I wonder... No, wrong fucking buttons. I wonder what the benefit of that would be. I recognize a trap, a trap trigger. You ain't gonna catch me. Except there was no reason to come this way. It didn't spawn any items for us to get, so. Did that open this path? Did we come? Oh, no. Okay. It's funny, this is not the only game like this on the backlog in terms of like this style of gameplay. Because I don't have Kingsfield on the backlog, but I do have Shadow Tower. Which is... Shadow Tower is to Kingsfield as Bloodborne is to Dark Souls, I guess is the way that you can think about that. Like it's still from but it's more of like actual like weird like monsters and horror themed than Kingsfield was. I have made basically no progress in that game in the times I've tried playing it. It is extremely difficult, and again, much like this, like explains fucking nothing. Okay, I'm just gonna drop this shit because I'm worried that I'm gonna. Oh, huh? Hi! Oh no, thank you. No, go away. Ooh, go away forever. Oh, and there's 3 of you. Fun. Yeah, I know VT is low. It's low in real life too. Just circle strafe, just circle strafing around. Basically playing this like Doom. Or I guess Serious Sam. What are these fucking sounds? Like, Silent Hill, eat your fucking heart out, man. Like, this is so much scarier. Like, this is so much more like unsettling, and I mean, that's not fair. Like, honestly, the first Silent Hill, we played through it last year, and it's awesome. It is absolutely fantastic. It is a great game. But this game just goes for it in a way that defies explanation. Just unfiltered insanity. Full on nightmare fuel. What the hell is... Okay. Oh, okay. Our items are full. So we can't pick up the scorpion it dropped? The tweet? The branch it dropped? Okay, we're gonna take this guy out. We're gonna eat a fruit. Oh, man. Okay. Eat this. Refill our timer. Let's open this box. Can't open. Let's throw the box. Okay, we'll just hold on to that. Endurance slows VT depletion by 50%. That's probably worth popping at some point. All right, we should just be... Can I, like, stack... Gnaw this bone to return to stairs. Won't work if you haven't found the stairs yet. Okay, interesting. I guess we can drop the old sword. So I don't even know if this is, like, a game where you should, like, hold on to shit or drop shit. All right. I don't know if you want to level up or if you should just try to just make your way to the exit. Like I said, the game explains not a goddamn thing. All right, let's use a burst here. Probably fuck up these dudes pretty bad. There we go. Nice. All right, is this better or worse? Sterilization. Considerably powerful sword, but it has the same... Is it worth switching? I guess it's the same... It's the same damage effect. I wonder if the ice attribute has been doing us any big favors. All right, 2 more floors to get to the end of this run or whatever we're doing. Oh, I found a beast. All right, better defense. All right, let's all right, fuck it. Let's drop some of this. I'm sitting here acting like we're gonna play through this game tonight, and we're super duper not. All right, leveled up again. fuck? Who's getting all big mad over here? Experience effect is over. All right. So I'm guessing those don't stack. But we will use it to level up again. All right, let's just jump. Let's just go. Let's just go. It's bad to listen to. Can you hear my voice? I'm addressing you through the sense sphere, a thing I didn't know I had. Now, fire the angelic rifle, purify the insane god of creation and preservation. Cosines grotesque to oblivion with tremendous force. Remember your duty. Shoot the angelic rifle at the bottom floor and purify the world. I did it. Administering receptor blocker. Prolactin is dropping, increasing the dosage. So this one is garbage too. Hold on, ocular response is increasing. It's off the charts. Administering intracerebellar. Okay, fuck it. It's pointless. Move on to the next one. Hold on a moment. Administering cerulitide. Good. The spasming is subsiding. Won't fragments of the simulation linger in his memory? We'll think of it as nothing but a prophetic dream. Do you think he'll perform like he did in the consciousness simulation? Won't the implanted memories get in the way? I better inject some more cock. That won't be necessary. It's difficult to live in this world without some sort of Baroque. Oh, so Baroque is a thing. Besides, he's already awake. Now, go where you will. The real atonement for your sin begins here. So we're like in the Animus. So that's essentially like this game's cold open. Pretty much, you know, is like play through this whole thing, you know, play through this small dungeon and then shoot a gun at God. And then wake up and it starts all over again. But every time you do this loop, so we're back at level 1, but the world will start to change and like the characters will, like all the dialogue will be different when we go through here the second time. Like everything starts like evolving and yeah, it's a crazy ass game. I cannot wait to see the rest of it one day. But I think that is a good as teaser as any of the supreme weirdness that was available, not just on the PS1, but really across like all games forever. And with that, that is going to call a close to the stream. I know that it is later than I usually am up. That's because I'm on fucking vacation, baby. So I wasn't really worried about like ending at like a specific amount of time. I just wanted to make sure we had enough time to get through all that Baroque stuff. Yeah. So just we took a look at what, like 5 or 6 games tonight, and all of them so wildly different from one another. Like, you know, like this is one of the major reasons like the PS1 is like so meaningful to me. Like it's such a powerful system. And even when you compare it to like the stuff that we looked at like last week, like on like the licensed game stuff, you know, like fucking Spice World, man, you know, there's some weird shit on this console. And it's really all fascinating because people like believed in it. Like they wanted to make something unique and fresh that had never been done before. Truly, literally had never been done before at that point. And man, there is some cool, weird stuff. But yes, that is going to close out this week of the Jampacked PlayStation September. Next week, we are getting into fighting games. And then probably, spreading out a little bit more because, there's only so many to look at and they kind of get, similar. But we are going to be taking a look at a lot of the fighting games and some fighting game adjacent stuff that was on this console. Because even though it wasn't, I don't think it was necessarily what it was like super duper known for, but there were a pretty large collection of fighters on the system, and boy do they run the gamut. Boy do they run the gamut of quality, quality and playability. There are some real fucking bangers on it, and there are some real flaming trash heaps, and we're gonna look at a bunch of them. So we are going to start off on Sunday. Sunday has been reserved for like full playthroughs of games. Because we're doing a fighting game, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm basically going to do kind of a pseudo long play, I guess you could call it, of Tekken 3. It is my favorite fighting game of all time. It is the only fighting game that I'm kind of good at. And as far as like overall like content and craziness goes, Tekken 3 has it in spades. The Tekken games are known for the amount of content that they pack in with all their various modes and stuff. But Tekken 3 is pretty much where that started. It is a game that just keeps giving you more and more stuff to play with. So we are going to honor that by checking out a whole fucking lot of it come this Sunday. So that will be happening at 3 p.m. Pacific. So please do come back for that. And then, of course, looking again at Tuesday for more demo disc nonsense, and then probably keep it to Thursdays. We've been doing Thursdays and they've been working out. And we'll do a whole nother sampler of a bunch of different fighting games. I need to write out the rest of the list because there are a lot. So we will take a look at those. And I'm probably going to throw in something that technically counts as an RPG, but it's the only place that it makes any sense to put it in with what I have planned for the rest of the month. So look forward to that. I mentioned on Tuesday that there was going to be a collab of Hotiful Boyfriend with Viria, Valeno, and Masa tomorrow night. That is looking like that may not happen, unfortunately. It might have to get pushed. Unfortunately, one of us is not feeling very well, and we don't want to force it to happen. It's because it's going to be a lot of reading, a lot of yelling, a lot of laughing, and obviously that takes a toll. So we'll see what happens. If it doesn't happen, we're going to reschedule it. It's no big deal. We're on no one's schedule but our own. So that's still definitely going to happen. I just don't know that it's going to happen tomorrow. So apologies in advance if it doesn't. If it doesn't, I'm still going to just take the night off, honestly. I am enjoying this vacation time. I'm enjoying just like having just not doing anything. Like I went and got an oil change yesterday, and then I went and got a haircut today. Like if I can just accomplish like one thing a day, then I'm satisfied. So either a stream happens tomorrow or not, but you can find out in the Discord. I will update when that happens. And otherwise, definitely be back here on Sunday for some fighting game PS1 goodness. Let's get out of here. Let's see who is on tonight and what they are doing. Okay. Hexymaniac is someone that we have not rated in a hot minute. And they are playing Kudelka. how appropriate that we have a night of weird PS1 games that I send you all off to another. So go send some love to Hexy. Hopefully they're enjoying the game more than I did. They're definitely going through the combat system the way I did, so good luck to them. Yes, but if I don't see you guys tomorrow, it's okay. We'll all live. We'll manage. If I do, great. If not, have a wonderful evening, a wonderful tomorrow, a wonderful weekend. The end of the week is just upon us. And yes, I will see you guys back here guaranteed this Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific for some fighting game nonsense. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Adios.